Hi everybody, I'm on now. Some people were going to some previous videos that I had done, so I just figured I would go ahead and go live now so that way people who are interested in viewing this video can go ahead and jump on. There are a couple of things that I do want to go over today along with how I have gone into a ketosis state. Before I go into all of that, I do want to first say I am not a doctor. I am not in the medical profession in any way. This is what I have found being 8 months out since my bariatric surgery is working for me to lose weight like I was 5 months out. So I am not stalling as much as I was. I am losing weight more, but more importantly, I have noticed that I am losing more inches now as well. So all of that said, if this is something that you feel like could really help you out, do the research. Also talk to your doctor. I have spoken with mine, the state that I'm in. All of my blood levels are coming back just fine. I was low on iron. All they wanted me to do was take an iron supplement, so I've done that. Another thing that I wanted to talk about really fast is with bariatric surgery, there's often a prejudice that really does hurt my heart. Some people look at those who have gotten bariatric surgery as failures, and that is simply not the case. Some people often ask somebody who is getting ready to have the surgery, wants to have the surgery done, or who has had the surgery done, what's wrong with you? Why couldn't you lose weight just by working out and exercising? For me, I had tried to eat right, and I had been on every diet there is out there, and I didn't see the progress the way that I felt other people had before my bariatric surgery. So I would quit. Plain and simple, I would quit. I would lose weight, but I would quit because I'd get frustrated and irritated, and then I would gain all of the weight back plus. So it was just a yo-yo effect that I lived through all of my life. And because of all of my back surgeries and the weight that I was at, working out for me was dang near impossible. So bariatric surgery is, if you think about it, you think about a drug addict, right? And if somebody is a drug addict and they decide to go away for a 30-day inpatient medical rehab, somebody would say to them, "Oh, that's great. I'm so proud of you for taking control over the substance abuse that you have." Well, a bariatric patient, somebody who has been overweight all of their life, who has a literal, not obsession, but a food is controlling them in a way like a drug does an addict. They have an addiction to food. Having the surgery done is the end-all be-all. That is their rehab. That is their last point that they can get to before they have given up completely on not just losing weight, but their life. So for anybody who has ever said to somebody, "Wow, you can't lose weight," or "Wow, you can't just do it the natural way," this was me taking control of my life so that I could continue to live. Point blank, end of story. So share this video. Share it. Let everybody out there know that this prejudice that some people do have against people who decide that this is the path for them, they can see this and they can get an understanding that if you're going to congratulate a drug addict for going to rehab, you really should be congratulating that person that has decided to take control of their life and get bariatric surgery, because it is needed in some people's cases. In a lot of people's cases, it's very much needed. So please, please share this video. And like it too. Okay, so I have my note cards here. There's quite a few. This might be a lengthy video. I hope y'all can hold on through it. I really would appreciate it. I know a lot of you had questions, so I'm just gonna jump right in, okay? So everybody wants to know, what is ketosis? So ketosis is a natural state for the body. when it is almost completely fueled by fat. So that means that all the energy that you are exuberating throughout the day is no longer given to you by carbs or glucose, which is what carbs break down into, is glucose. It is now, all that energy is coming off of stored fat, or the fat that you intake throughout the day. So it's a normal metabolic process. It's something that your body does to keep working. When it doesn't have enough carbs from your food that you intake, for it to break down into energy, it starts to burn fat instead. So if you are on a very low carb to no carb diet, your body no longer has those carbs to turn into glucose to then turn into energy. So it starts breaking down the fat that is stored within your body. Because of this process, your body produces what is called ketones. So ketones are molecules that your body makes when it's using that fat as energy instead of carbs. So it's just a molecule that your body automatically makes if you are not intaking carbs to then gain your energy. Your body makes these ketones so that it can produce the energy off of your fat that you have stored in your body. A lot of people have been asking me about the picture that I showed where I was testing my urine to see if my body was in a ketosis state. Those test strips I got from CVS. They're cheaper at CVS than they are at Walgreens because I tried to go to Walgreens first. They wanted $19 for them. I was like, I ain't paying that much for them, buddy. Sorry. So I went over to CVS and they were like $14, $15 there. So I saved myself $4. Woohoo. Good times. Okay, so that's where you can get the strips, okay? Okay, so why did I choose to do keto after my gastric sleeve? Well, first of all, I had seen a friend of mine who I've known for years. Her name is Kelly. She has been on a ketogenic diet for 19 months now. She's never had surgery, but she is doing amazing on her diet. And it's really not a diet. It is for her more of a lifestyle change, and I'm just so proud of her, and I got a lot of inspiration from her, and so I started researching some things, researching whether or not this type of diet would be good for me after having the gastric sleeve surgery. So things that I found out. When you are a bariatric patient, you are told to eat a high protein, low to no carb diet, which is exactly what a ketogenic diet is. It is, ketogenic diet for most people actually is not high protein, low to no carbs. It's a low to no carb diet, but they do a high fat, moderate protein, low to no carb diet. So looking into all this, I saw that Atkins and paleo diet, they're considered ketogenic diets as well. And whenever I was doing all of my research that I did for 10 years before I ever had the surgery done, Atkins and paleo diet were the two things that really had recipes that I noticed were right along lines of what a bariatric patient is put on after they have surgery. So I put those two together and I noticed a similarity. Now, I knew that it would be a healthy option for me, being that the Atkins and the paleo diet were so incredibly similar to the diet that a bariatric patient is put on. So I started researching a little bit more into a ketogenic diet because I really wanted to utilize those ketones to melt my fat away, because that's why I had the surgery anyway. I don't want to be freaking fat anymore. And I hate that word fat. I really do. I think it's such an ugly word. But I didn't want to be overweight anymore, and I wanted to be healthy. So the other reason that I've chosen to use a ketogenic path is there is actually a clinical trial going on right now, and I read the clinical trial summary of putting cancer patients with various different types of cancer on a keto diet. And since I'm also a multiple myeloma patient, it fed the fire for me to really turn this into a lifestyle for myself as well, just to see if when I do go back in April to get my blood test done, if it has changed my blood levels. I really am interested to see if it could change the if it could change my progression of my cancer. And while multiple myeloma is already a slow progressing cancer, to be able to say that I lowered it even more due to a diet change would be really great. So that's another big reason as to why I am choosing to do this ketogenic route. Now again, a normal ketogenic diet, you intake high fat, moderate protein, and low to no carbs. It does lower blood sugar and insulin levels, and it shifts the body's metabolism away from carbs and towards fat and ketones. Now I will say this, type 1 diabetics, this is not for you, okay? Everything that I have read, all the research that I have done talks about how having high ketones in your body if you are a type 1 diabetic is very dangerous. So this would not be for you. Again, this is what I am utilizing to get to where I want to be for multiple reasons. This is not going to be for everybody. So again, type 1 diabetics, not for you, okay? All right, now the difference between a regular ketogenic diet and one for a bariatric patient is, in a normal keto diet, you want to have 60 to 75% of your calories come from fat. 15 to 30% come from protein, and 5 to 10% come from carbohydrates. On the bariatric ketogenic diet though, what I'm doing is I'm intaking 70% protein, 20% fat, and 10% from carbs. Now, some people think, well, wait a minute, if you're intaking that much protein, that protein can then turn into sugar as well, which is then turned into glucose, so then you won't be in a ketogenic state anymore, which is correct. If you take in too much protein, it can actually hinder your ketogenic state, your ketosis state. So on a daily basis, I still have one Premier protein shake a day in the morning with my coffee, have to do it. Lunch is always meat and cheese. If I finish my meat and I'm still hungry, then I'll move to my cheese, and I do not do low fat cheese. It's just regular cheese, okay? Because I mean, it tastes better. And I'm getting that fat, that 20% of fat that I need from those types of cheeses. Dinner, again, meat and cheese. That's really the majority of what I eat. Meat and cheese. And it's great. Now, also keep in mind that as a bariatric patient, I am taking a higher level of multivitamin a day than what an average person would intake on a multivitamin. So I'm still getting my nutrients, I'm still getting my vitamins because of those multivitamins that I take, but I'm also getting high protein and I'm also getting high fat. I really stay at about 20 is really high on the high end of the grams of carbs that I intake in a day. I stick right in between probably 10 to 20 grams of carbs a day. So that's pretty low. My snacks in between meals. I love pepperoni. It's pretty good fat and it's pretty good protein. So I love pepperoni. I love summer sausage. I love yogurt. You do have to watch your sugars in your yogurt though. I'm keeping myself below 7 grams of sugar a day. It keeps me from having any kind of sugar cravings. I haven't had any now for 3 to 5 days of sugar cravings, which is really nice. I'm not having any carb cravings either. Bacon, love me some bacon. Love it. I do uncured bacon because the sodium that you usually get in cured bacon, which uncured bacon is still cured, it's just cured in a natural way. So it uses celery salt or sea salt to get that sodium in there to cure it, whereas cured bacon uses sodium nitrate, which is also in pepperoni, but to have that bacon and know that, yeah, I'm having pepperoni that has sodium nitrate in it, but I'm also having this uncured bacon instead of cured bacon, I feel like I'm making a healthier option there. So again, I make sure to intake 70 to 80 grams of protein a day, and that is what has helped me to get here. Again, only allow myself at the most 20 grams of carbs a day. I really, really don't think I ever get probably more than 10 though. As far as fat, I don't watch my fat intake because I regularly eat cheese. And again, not low-fat cheese. I eat regular cheese, and it's delicious. I do eat the fat on my meat. I don't eat skin. I don't eat the skin on my chicken. After surgery, it's really disgusting to me. But I will eat the fat on my meat. And I also eat very fatty meats like brisket, bacon, ham, pepperoni. Those meats have a lot of fat in them. So I am getting my fat intake just based off of the meat and cheeses that I'm eating. Okay, so a lot of you think that those meats do have a lot of sodium in it, which they do. However, I do not go anywhere without my water, ever. I'm drinking water all day, every day. I normally get close to 90 to 100 ounces of water a day. Also, during ketosis, because you are flushing so many ketones out, you're also losing a lot of sodium when you're in a ketosis state. So intaking a little bit of extra sodium throughout what you're eating is just going to replace the sodium that you're automatically losing whenever you're in your ketosis state. So it's completely fine to be eating meats that do have a higher sodium than what you would normally see on a regular diet. Okay, so don't worry. I'm never worried about how much sodium something has in it because, again, I drink water all day long, and I know that being in ketosis, I am losing a lot of potassium and sodium, so I replenish that by eating those types of meats that do have a lot of sodium in it. Okay, and another thing, I have never in my life ever been the type of person that adds salt to their food anyway. I don't use a lot of seasonings. I just really eat food the way that it comes. I don't add salts, anything like that. I've never been that kind of person. I'm a pretty bland, I guess, kind of boring person when it comes to that. Not in any other way am I bland or boring, but in that way I am. Okay. So another thing I wanted to talk about is I have heard of people using supplements, shakes, and fasting to get to ketosis. I did not do any of those in order to get to this ketosis state. The ketosis state that I'm in is all natural. I still eat. I don't have hunger, which is kind of normal for a bariatric patient, but I also haven't had a single craving in 3 days, which is awesome because before this ketosis state that I'm in, I was having a lot of carb cravings, a lot of sugar cravings, and since I've been really working to get to this ketosis state, every day I noticed that I had less and less cravings, and about 3 days ago I noticed I don't have any at all, which is wonderful because when you crave a carb, it's really hard not to just dive into that and go right back to just eating a bunch of carbs. So I haven't had any of those kind of cravings. I also have a lot more energy, like so much so that I wake up before my alarm clock goes off. I am up and at it right in the morning, right to doing my stuff. I've started doing yoga. Before I got to this state, I was always way too tired and would just lay in bed instead of getting up and actually doing something, which is really sad. But to know that I have caused my body to get into this state where now I don't want to lay in bed. I want to get up and I want to do something. I have that energy. I'm like, woo, let's go. Let's get stuff done. It's amazing. And I really do think that this ketosis stage that I'm in is helping me do that. I don't think it has anything to do with surgery because for the past 8 months, I have been pretty lazy. I've just been really going through the motions of the bariatric surgery. And now I am at a point where I want to work out. I want to be up and active. And I want to eat better, which is great. I'm also getting better sleep, which is probably why I'm waking up before my alarm. I still go to bed at the same time I did every night, but I do know that I'm not as tired and sluggish throughout the day because I know I'm getting better sleep at night. Okay. Most importantly, though, the things that I'm seeing for me, especially as a bariatric patient, is I'm losing weight and I'm losing inches and I'm not hitting as many stalls. So in the past 7 days, I've lost 5 pounds, which for being 8 months out, that's quite a bit. I really don't hear of many people being 8 months out losing 5 pounds in 7 days. So I know that this is working. I also just recently went about 2 weeks ago and bought some new clothes, sweatpants and stuff like that for work. And I already noticed that in the thighs and in the stomach area, they're already starting to get small. So 2 weeks for brand new clothes to start fitting so loosely is pretty quick. I didn't even see that kind of inches turn around in the first 3 months after my surgery. So it's pretty great. Okay. So again, while this isn't for everyone, it is what is working for me. It is what has given me great results at 8 months post-op. Again, I'm 5 pounds down in 7 days, which is really great at 8 months. So now I'm going to talk about some of the questions that I received. Where can you get the strips from? Go to CVS. I haven't checked it out at Walmart. They may be cheaper at Walmart than they are at CVS, but CVS is definitely cheaper than Walgreens, so that's where I went. Okay, another question that I got, which is kind of, I mean, I guess it's a valid question. Is my urine and body odor bad? Well, I drink water all day, every day, so I have not noticed a difference in the smell of my urine. Not really something that I go around smelling. I did get this question last night though, so today I was kind of like, does my urine smell? No, I have not noticed a difference in the smell of my urine. Also, I use deodorant on a daily, sometimes twice a day. So I have not noticed a difference in my body odor either. It could be that other people do notice that. It could be that I just don't notice it. Maybe other people around me notice my body odor and I'm just used to it. I don't know. So if y'all see me out in public, tell me I'm smelling funky if I am, and that way I'll know, okay? All right, so I haven't noticed anything like that. Okay. What does my diet consist of? Again, a question that I was asked a lot. Lots of meat and high-fat meats like bacon, pepperoni, summer sausage, chicken, beef, as well as cheese. Not low-fat cheese, regular cheese. I also eat Greek yogurt. And key thing, I look at every label of everything I ever eat. If there is a label on it, I'm looking at it. I am looking for the carb content, I am looking for the protein content, and I am looking for sugars. I do not worry about calories. I do not worry about fat because I know I'm getting my fat from the meats that I choose to eat. So again, look at your labels. They are key in your nutrition. They will tell you whether or not you are getting too much of something and not enough of something else. It is your best friend. Cottage cheese, sorry, I don't like cottage cheese. Ugh, it's gross to me. I can't do it. Can't pull it with the tow truck. Okay. I do keep my daily carbs below 20, my protein between 70 and 80 grams, and my sugar below 7 grams every day. Every day. I do not go above those numbers at all anymore, nor will I. Can't do it. Okay? So those things are important. Okay, so another question I got was, how do you deal with carb and sugar cravings as well as headaches? I haven't had any carb or sugar cravings in 3 days now, and I haven't had any headaches either. Now, before my gastric sleeve surgery, I suffered from migraines about once a month. Now, being 8 months out from surgery, I have only had headaches. I haven't had a single migraine, which is often seen in bariatric patients. If you had migraines before, there is an 80% chance that you will not have migraines after surgery, which, lucky for me, I was one of those 80, or one of those people that lost those migraines. So I'm very thankful for that because they were horrible. But no, I haven't had any headaches since I've been very mindful of my water intake and my food intake and what I'm putting in my body. What meals do I regularly have to keep my calorie intake at 880? I don't watch my calories. I don't watch my calorie intake at all. Not worried about it. I'm a bariatric patient. Highly doubt I'm ever going to reach 1,200 calories within the first year of surgery anyway. Not something I'm concerned with. The only way that I know I'm hitting around an average of 880 calories a day is because of my weight tracking app that I use. I use an app called My Weight on my phone, and so I weigh myself twice a week. And whenever I weigh myself, I input that number and it automatically tells me, based off of my weight and how much I've lost and everything like that, it tells me what my average caloric intake a day is. That's the only way I know. I don't look at calories. I ain't got time for that. I look at carbs, protein, sugar. That's enough. I don't look at calories. Okay, so again, another question, and I'm going to keep going over this one because I think a lot of you really want to know, what are some basic foods that I eat? I eat a lot of eggs, a lot of meat, a lot of high-fat meat. I also still do have one Premier protein shake a day. I eat Greek yogurt. Do I eat the whole thing? No, I don't. I watch out for my sugars, so I make sure to look at how much sugar is on my yogurt. And however much sugar is on my yogurt, I divide that up, and I know from there how much of that yogurt I can have based on how much sugar I've had throughout the rest of the day. You really have to look at your labels, y'all. If you're not doing that, you are doing yourself a huge disservice, whether you are a bariatric patient or not. Look at your labels. I am a label fiend now. Also, if after I eat my meat, I'm still hungry, cauliflower and broccoli. Amen, my best two friends. Those are if I am still hungry after I have had a serving of meat, that's what I go for. Cheese, I'll do that too. I do a lot of cheese because it's great, but I don't want to get stuffed up, because that can really make you feel not so great. So I do eat cheese almost every day. But if I'm still hungry after I've had my meat, then I do love me some broccoli and cauliflower, okay? The other thing that I really want to talk to you guys about is the importance of drinking water when you're in a ketosis state. If you are not intaking a lot of water when you are in a ketosis state, it can have horrible effects on your kidneys. However, if you are in a ketosis state and you are drinking water, then the effects on your kidneys are not going to be bad. Water intake is huge. It's huge whether or not you are doing a ketosis diet or a bariatric patient or not. Water is so essential to your life. And I cannot stress it enough. Water, water, water all day long. I drink between 80 and 100 ounces of water a day, all day long. It's delicious. It's great for you. It's just, you can't live without it. It's so important. And so it's even more important when you are on a ketogenic diet, okay? So one person did ask me what the length between my consultation and surgery was. I went to a seminar. A week and a half later, I had an appointment with my doctor who ended up doing my surgery, and 3 weeks later is when I had surgery. It was a very fast turnaround time because I paid out of pocket. I laid that cash down hardcore on that table the day I met my doctor. This is something that I had wanted for 10 years, and I finally was able to get it. So it was a very fast turnaround time for me, which I was very thankful for. The only thing that I had to do in order to get my surgery, I didn't have to do a lot of the things that insurance companies make you do because I paid out of pocket. I just had to do a 7-day liquid diet, and I actually ended up doing a 10-day liquid diet. If you want to know why I did a 10-day liquid diet, you can go ahead and go to my YouTube channel and look at my other videos that I have posted, and it will explain why I did a 10-day diet or liquid diet. Okay, what can I get fast and easy for a keto diet? So I love pepperoni. Pepperoni's great. Bacon cooks really fast. Also, for a bariatric patient in general, even if you're not doing ketogenic, the Jimmy Dean breakfast bowls are super amazing. They're high protein. I really recommend them. Also, I have a blog, and on my blog, I am going to weekly start posting paleo and ketogenic recipes for everyone to see. So, again, how much have I lost? I've lost a total now of 106 pounds since July 7th of 2016. I have gone from a big 24, like fit and tight. It was fit and tight, having a hard time breathing sometimes. 24 to now I am a 14, 16. I believe I'm right in the middle there of a 14, 16. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely working for me. I actually bought a dress the other day that's a size 12 because I highly anticipate being able to fit in that by the summer. I don't see why not. If I'm a 14, 16 right now and I'm losing like I am and I'm doing yoga now, there is no reason why I can't be a size 12 by the summer. So I'm super excited about that. So yeah, I have gone over everything that I had planned on going over tonight so far already. I didn't want this to be a super long video because I know that it's a Wednesday night and people are busy. People have things going on. So I'm going to go ahead and repost this video, but I'm going to repost it through a YouTube link. So that way, if there's anything that you missed, you can check it out on my YouTube channel. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's going to be a lot more videos, a lot more helpful stuff coming on my YouTube video or channel for those who are bariatric patients, wanting ketogenics, not wanting ketogenics, just wanting to have some motivation, have some sound advice from somebody who's been there, done that, and researched for 10 years. And also my blog, y'all. My blog is up. Check out the blog. It's winningwhilelosing.com. Thanks so much for joining in. Please like, please share this video. You never know who it could help. And thanks so much. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.